I'm Jason UFC, and today we have a story on Charles Oliveira is set to return at UFC 288 versus Beneil Dariush. Charles Oliveira is reportedly set to return to the octagon later this year when he's meets Beneil Dariush at UFC 288. Towards the end of 2022, Charles Oliveira phenomenal run as UFC lightweight champion came to end. He was beaten by Islam Makhachev, leaving many to wonder what his future would look like in mixed martial arts. Now we have an answer on May 6, 2023 at UFC 288. No location yet. Charles Oliveira will return to face Beneil Dariush in what is a good fight. I don't know if it's essentially a number one contender fight. Beneil Dariush is currently riding an 8-fight win streak, 4 of which came via finish. He's been hunting for a big opportunity for a while now, and in May, he will get it in the form of the former UFC lightweight champion, the Bronx, Charles Oliveira. Oliveira ironically told Sherdog that he has been in talks with the UFC over this exact contest. Okay. It's true that we are negotiating to face Beneil. This is what Charles Oliveira. It's true that we are negotiating to face Dariush, who is coming off a gigantic sequence of wins. Oliveira admitted, "My managers are." Diego Lima is one of his managers. My managers are taking care of that. As I said in other interviews, that's a moment where we have to think what with reasons, not emotion. I must fight the one who will take me to the title shot. My plan is to fight in April or May and fight again for the belt by the end of the year against the winner of Alexander Volkanovski versus Islam Makhachev. Wow, okay, that's interesting. Oliveira also explained why he won't serve as the backup fighter for this Saturday's UFC main event title fight between Volkanovski and Makhachev. No way. No way, Alexander exclaimed with a laugh. I just weighed 187 pounds this Wednesday. I came here to help my teammates and do some jobs for the UFC. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, so Oliveira last fight was versus the current reigning undisputed lightweight champion Islam Makhachev. Islam Makhachev defeated Charles Oliveira, I believe, in the second round via not a triangle, arm triangle, one of my favorite finishes of all time. So this weekend we have Islam Makhachev versus Alexander Volkanovski for the UFC lightweight championship. That's UFC 284. That's today, I believe. And I believe I'm pretty sure Charles Oliveira is currently the number 1 ranked lightweight in the world. This is good for the lightweight division. Beneil Dariush definitely needed. Beneil Dariush was talking. He was trying to get a fight with Dustin Poirier. I think he told Dustin Poirier to fight me or retire. That was pretty cool. I like that because Dustin Poirier was saying, well, Beneil Dariush doesn't, I don't know, basically like fire. He doesn't really talk trash like Michael Chandler or Conor McGregor and stuff like that. So Beneil Dariush came out and just told, you know what, Dustin Poirier, just retire. I love that. It wasn't even, him talking trash. He was just like, you know what, if you don't want to fight me, then just retire. So he finally gets his biggest opportunity of his career. Beneil Dariush has not lost a fight, I believe, since the year 2018, where we have some title contenders who have not won a fight since 2018. This is good for the UFC. This is good for the lightweight division. I believe we have Justin Gaethje versus Rafael Fiziev. That's going to be a good. I believe those two are like 2 top 5, 2 top 10 contenders. Now we have Charles Oliveira versus Beneil Dariush, 2 top 10, maybe even 2 top 5 contenders there. So we have a lot of movement happening in the UFC lightweight division. Now we have to see what happens this weekend with Islam Makhachev versus the current featherweight champion Volkanovski. I also have to mention the return of Conor McGregor, even though that's gonna happen in like August. That fight is very, very long from now. Conor McGregor will be returning at lightweight. I think a lot of people were assuming that when Conor McGregor was going to return, that he was going to return at welterweight, which is what I thought he was going to come back and fight Jordan Jorge Masvidal. But Conor McGregor will be returning to the UFC in August. So some people are saying that's a title #1 contendership match, which I don't. I have a huge problem with that because personally, I do not think either opponent if Conor McGregor knocks out Michael Chandler and is impressive, I don't think he should get a title shot. But respectfully, he probably will. But that fight is happening very, very late in August of this year. So we'll see who wins between Beneil Dariush and Charles Oliveira. We'll see who wins between Islam Makhachev and Alexander Volkanovski. We'll see who wins between between Justin Gaethje and Rafael Fiziev. So 3 really, really, really big matchups in the lightweight division in the next 2 months. So the lightweight division is gonna, work itself out. We don't know what's happening with Dustin Poirier. I don't see where his next fight is at the moment. We'll see. He's gonna have to take on, some type, maybe top 10 contender, someone like Turner or something like that. We'll see what happened with Dustin Poirier at the moment. But let me know your opinion of this fight. I normally don't pick fights, but I'm a huge fan of Charles Oliveira. I believe he probably will win this fight, but it's going to be a good fight. Like I said, Beneil Dariush has not lost a fight since 2018. I believe he's on a 8-fight win streak. And before losing to Islam Makhachev, Charles Oliveira was like on a 11-fight win streak. So he's a bad man. I trust in him. It's going to be a great fight. I don't know. I'm assuming because it's UFC 288 that this will not. This is important. This will not be the main event. This will not be a 5-round fight, right? I'm assuming that because if it's at UFC 288, that's a pay-per-view, most likely. That's the May 6th pay-per-view. I don't know. Maybe like Amanda Nunes will headline that. I don't know who's going to be the headliner of that pay-per-view, but I'm assuming because it's a pay-per-view that Beneil Dariush versus Charles Oliveira will not be a 5-round fight. But let me know your opinion of this fight. I love this fight. It definitely makes me happy. I like to see the lightweight contenders finally starting to open up the division and give other people, opportunities in the top 10. And we'll see who's, really about that life in the next few months. But let me know who you think is going to win this fight. I'm Jason, UFC. Today we have a great fight coming up. Charles Oliveira versus Beneil Dariush at UFC 288. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the $1 donation button, and please tune in to the next video on this channel. Thanks a million for watching.